Alright, DWM. Alright, let's talk about it. So, DWM is a Italian window manager, which I moved to like for the past, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months ago, I don't remember. But point is, I've been there for a while. So I used to be on KDE, and then I realized like I only use like 2 applications for KDE, which is Dolphin and Spectacle, which not in my opinion is not really worth the bloat in my opinion. If I'm only gonna use 2 apps, so I was like, what if I just go to Thailand window managers? And then I started looking. I tried Hyperland, and I didn't really like it that much. It's a lot of fluff and not a lot of function in my opinion. It works, but I don't know. I don't like it. Tried Qtile. Qtile is okay, but then it's written in Python, and Python is slow as heck. I don't really like Python all that much, to be honest. So yeah, and I did try Rat Poison a little bit briefly. I mean, it's cool, but I'll probably save it for another like PC. That's not this one. Maybe my ThinkPad when I get it fixed. I don't know. But that's when I discovered DWM. I think DWM is very good, in my opinion, because for a couple of reasons. Honestly, it's not one; it's 2 reasons, I think, or 3. I'm not counting, so it's some reasons, I guess. Reason number 1 is there is no config file. Unlike Hyperland, when you have to read all of this, it's not hard to read. I mean, this is straightforward, but still, at some point you'll be limited, to be honest, because you're pretty much at the mercy of the developer to add any feature that you want or something, because there's only so much you could do with all of this, and there are always going to be some edge cases where you'll have some issues, and then you either have to report it or wait for a fix, or have someone else do it for you, stuff like that. But with DWM, no such thing as that. There is no such thing as that. So you just edit the source code directly. Of course, you have to be an advanced user for this, because Title window managers overall, you have to be an advanced user for them. So yeah, you have to edit this source code here, just config.h, as you can see there. It's straightforward, it's written well. You don't have to be the best C developer to understand all of this and implement stuff. These 2 lines I don't like because they're not efficient. I should probably make a bash script, but I'm too lazy. Just goes to show that you don't have to be the best C developer to use DWM. You just need to know a lick of C, just a little bit, so you can work on DWM. Because here's the other reason, is because DWM will always have more features than the other Titan window manager. For example, as I said with Hyperland, you are at the mercy of the developer. If you want any new feature, you have to ask them. Then you wait for a bit. Then they will implement that said feature. But with DWM, you have the community giving you features. These are patches. They're called patches. To add, so they will allow you to add new features that are probably good quality of life without waiting for Suckless to give you update, because Suckless will not update their DWM. They'll maybe give you, maybe they will. Actually, no, they will not. They will just you get just a bare bones version of DWM and you patch it yourself, pretty much. So basically, I did actually use a couple of patches for DWM. One of which is my favorite, which is move stack. Yep, this one. Which if you don't understand what stack is, it's basically a reference to the layout of DWM. So DWM's layout is a little bit different from other Titan window managers because it uses a master and stack layout, which I think is my new favorite now. I think I really like this new layout because wait, this is not This is the floating layout. We want the tiling layout. We'll talk about other layouts later. So as you can see though, this is like how you usually see tiling window manager. But if you noticed, the master, which is on the left, has more space than the window on the left, which is called the stack. So what happens is when you add another window, these will stack up, but the master will always keep the most of the screen real estate. And that's important because more often than not, your new window will be the more important window because you will have to do more work on it and stuff like that. And by default, you cannot change places of these. For example, let's do like, I don't know, B top here. Let's do like a fetch here. Let's do like an ls here. Let's do like, I don't know, a new name R here, for example. So if I want, because I applied this patch, I can now move this window to the stack, and one of them becomes the new master. So for example, if I want to remove this one, which is the kernel version one, I will do like. By the way, the keybinds are also set in the source code, which is the header file in the config.h file. As I said, these keybinds, my keybinds might be different for you. So yeah. So if I press Super Shift K, as you can see, this is the new master, which has the kernel version here, and these are the new stack. I can do it if I want to bring back the B top again. I will do Super Shift K, and here it is back again. If I want the one on the top, I will do Super Shift J. Not Super Shift K. Hold up. If I want the one on the top, I will do Super Shift K here, and I will have this here, as you can see. So I mean, you get the point. This new patch allows me to move windows pretty much. You basically add the patches that you need, and stuff that you don't need, you don't add. So basically, DWM gives you everything you need and nothing you don't. I mean, you build that yourself. So yeah, you add the patches you need, and the stuff that you don't want, you don't add. That's simple as that. For example, auto start, I don't care about that, so I didn't add it. So yeah. On DWM, you own the binary, but on other tiling managers, the developer does, and you're basically at the mercy of the developer. But not on DWM. That's why I like it. Which brings us to the other stuff, which, as I showed you already, there was a bash script which allows me, to like, 1 second. I'm sorry about that. So, which allowed me to like add an emoji selector. Sometimes I would use that. I would also have a clipboard, which I'm not going to show here because it may or may not contain sensitive information. So I'm not even going to show it, but you get the point. I also get to have, there's a lot of stuff that goes with DWM that makes it a little bit nicer, like the menu, for example, which is not an application selector, as some people would think it is, but it's not an application selector. It's application launcher. It's more like an input output. I mean, so it's a little bit complicated to explain what the menu is because you could also power off your computer from here. You could like use it to like, I don't know, reboot. You could do a lot of stuff here. You could do, as I said, you can use it to pull up your emojis. You could use it as a clipboard manager. You could use it to do a lot of stuff. The other thing that I really like about DWM is it comes with a bar. Like straight up, it comes with a bar. It's not like with Hyperline. You have to get waybar, stuff like that. I don't like configure waybar. I think it's a pain in the butt. I don't really like waybar all that much. But I really like this stock DWM bar. It's integrated with DWM and it's easy to configure. I can easily change it if I wanted to with just C code. This one doesn't come with DWM. This is SL status, and that's another suckless utility you can like configure. This terminal is called ST, which I like. You also configure it with DWM the same way. Let me go ahead and pull up ST real quick. Okay, vim config.h. But honestly, it's really good. I really like this terminal. I added a lot of patches for that as well. I mean, every single Cycles utility have a patch, pretty much. And these patches you can apply, add features, and disable features as you see fit. For example, if I go like this, I can now scroll back, and that's not a feature that's on the by default for ST. You have to add it yourself. And honestly, you just add the features that you want and features that you don't want, and it's honestly very straightforward in my opinion. And another thing that I really like about DWM is it's very light. Look at this, 13 megs. It's not really. I mean, technically it's 12.6, but it shows as 13 megs. So yeah. There's also other stuff which let's see if I still remember. I basically have no script. I'm just talking off the top of my head. So there's that. So there's also what was it? I honestly I don't remember, but there's a lot of good stuff about DWM. Point is, DWM is honestly perfect if you are an advanced Linux user, because if you're not, you're probably gonna be on a desktop environment like Cinnamon or KDE. But if you're an advanced Linux user, DWM is perfect because you can just, you have all the tools ready for you. You just have to like start adding features. I mean, even if you're not like a C developer, I mean, I'm not even the best C developer. I'm like mid at best, or even like under average, not even above average, just under average, like very bad. I'm not really the best C developer. I'm still trying to learn C, but yeah, I mean, C is not like the language that I use all the time. I usually code in Go, but yeah, I mean, look, I mean, it's fast, it's good, it's, it has animations. I mean, one thing that I forgot, because in Hyperland you have to set up animations yourself. I mean I don't mind that, but honestly I would rather keep animations and stuff to my compositor, like PyCom. But then again, I'm very Xcoded, like X11 code. I do not like Wayland at all. So because for a couple of reasons that I'm gonna talk about in some other videos, but for now, let's just leave it at that. I don't like Wayland, I like X11, so yeah. So that's all I have to say about DWM. So I have another announcement to make. I have a channel on Odyssey right now. They have the same videos on here on YouTube, but if you want to come check it out, you can go check them out right there. Also check out my website. I will probably post updates there when I feel like it. And that's all I have to you for today. So I guess I'll see you on the next one.